Hey there, thanks for watching. I wanted to share with you a really fun game I developed it about 4 years ago with my family. I have 6 kids, and it's a budget and meals game, but it's something that's a lot of fun for the kids. They had a blast, and I tell you, this was phenomenal night and day difference with so many skills that my kids learned. And if you're already a follower of our blog, that's great. If not, go check out our website right there in the corner, and you can see recipes and fun ideas and things like this. But if you try this game out, please let me know. Let me know your results. I'm so excited because, like I said, for my kids, it has been night and day different in multiple areas, from budgeting to making meals to just the appreciation and value of money and learning how to shop and how to cook and everything. So let me explain the game. Here are the parameters of the game, and then I'll explain a little bit more detail. So let me show you this because it's easier to read it sometimes than to see it. So this is how it works. Each kid has a budget of $25, and with that budget, the requirement is they have to buy the ingredients and make 2 dinners, enough to feed the whole family. Now, if your family is larger, or where you live the prices are different, higher cost, then you can change this, make it maybe $30 or $40, whatever works for your family's budget, your family size, and where you live. We did $25. At the time when we first did this too, a lot of my 2 younger ones were very small, so they hardly ate anything. So if we were to do this again in our family, I'd probably do a $30 budget. But so for this, we had $25. Each kid had $25. The requirement was they had to come up with 2 dinners that would feed our whole family, and they had signed up, so they picked which days they were going to do. Now, there's rules for this. It wasn't a free-for-all. It wasn't a ramen noodles, mac and cheese type thing they could do, because they tried that. The rules were, first, rule number 1, it had to feed the whole family. So it had to be enough food to feed the whole family. Rule number 2, it had to be a balanced, healthy meal. So it couldn't just be ramen noodles. Now, if they wanted to do ramen noodles with side of veggies or something, fine. But it had to be a balanced meal, having like some veggies, sides, something that was going to be balanced, healthy, and filling for everybody. So that was rule number 2. Rule number 3, all ingredients had to be purchased with this budget, with the exception of anything that we had staples-wise on hand. So your flour, your sugar, your brown sugar, salt, things like that. They could use up to 2 cups of anything we had on hand. Eggs, they could use up to 4 eggs, and that was between both meals, not each meal. Between both meals, they could use up to 4 eggs. If they needed more eggs than that, they had to buy their own. If they needed, if they were making homemade bread and they needed 10 cups of flour, they had to buy their own. So anything less than 2 cups, and same with butter, it was 1 cube of butter. So if they needed more than that, they had to buy their own. So those things, the staples things, they could use a certain amount. And if they were going to use too much of that, they had to they had to buy their own, take it out of their budget. So those were the rules. And the sky was the limit. They had complete choice of whatever meals they wanted to make. And if they wanted to make them from scratch, if they wanted to buy processed crap, whatever that we hardly ever eat, it was totally up to them, as long as it was balanced and healthy and fed our family. This was amazing. Okay, now here's the game part of it. So let me show you these again. So this is the game part. The winner. Are you ready? We had 2 winners. The first winner was the person who made the most meals. So remember, the requirement was they had to do at least 2 dinners. But they could do more. If they had it in their budget, they could do as many as they wanted. So the requirement was a minimum of 2 dinners, but they could do more. So the first winner was whoever made the most meals, the most dinners with this $25 budget. They were automatically the first winner. And if somebody tied, they split it, but we didn't have a tie in ours. But so that was the first winner. They automatically won $10 just because they did the most meals. The second winner we called it the People's Choice Award. And what that was is the person who made the favorite meal of everybody. So how we determined this was the People's Choice Award when everybody had done their meals. And let me tell you, this was awesome. My 4 older kids were the only ones old enough to do it when we did it. So it cost me $100, and we ended up having 10 days worth of meals that the kids were in charge of. I didn't have to worry about anything. So it was pretty awesome. And so what we did was, at the end of it, we had each kid come in individually to me, and they would tell me their top 3 meals. So, and they couldn't vote for their own. So they weren't allowed to vote for their own meals. So they had to tell me their top 3 favorite meals that we had had over that last 10 days. And their first choice got 3 points. So I had them all written down, and I was just keeping tally marks, you know. The first meal got 3 points. Their first choice got 3 points. Their second choice got 2 points. And their third choice got 1 point. And after everybody had come in and voted secretly and individually, so there was no tampering and all that, then the meal with the most points was the People's Choice meal. And that was the one, that winner got $10. So all in all, this whole game, I am telling you, this was one of those ideas that you have that is life-changing, and it was so awesome. This was so fun for my kids and for me because it taught them budgeting skills. So now when they were planning their meals, I told them I would take them to any grocery store they wanted. If they needed to go to 3 different stores to get the best deal for their budget, I would do that. And I would take them to any store they wanted. They had to come up, so they had to find their recipes. Then they had to come up with the ingredient list. They had to have their shopping list. We got the grocery ads and we compared prices. And the thing was, it was fun for them because it was a game, right? They were all trying to win. And it was a little bit of a competition to who could do the best meals and the most and all that. And they were willing to learn. You know, a lot of times when you try to teach your kids things like the value and how you're trying to teach them budgeting or coupons or something, they're like, yeah, it's in one ear, out the other. But for this, it affected them, and it mattered, and it was a matter of them winning or losing. And so they listened, and they learned. So they learned budgeting, and they would find, you know, of course, they're coming up with, oh, pizza. And, well, come to find out, okay, well, pizza to feed our family's $30. That's over budget right there, and that's only one meal. So you can't do that. You could do homemade pizza. And what my kids learned was they started to appreciate the value of money and how much it can buy. And it was interesting because the ones who leaned more towards recipes and made things from scratch, they were able to make more meals. And then the ones who wanted the frozen dinners or things like that were just more processed and easy, I guess, those didn't go as far, and they weren't able to do as much. But it was a fun game, and they learned not only budgeting, they learned some cooking skills, but they appreciated that value. And I'll tell you, it was a long time before I had them asking for extra treats, like, fruit snacks or ice cream, things like that. And they could do a dessert with their budget. It's whatever they had in their budget to do. And it was interesting because some of them, they're thinking, oh, we're going to have steaks and stuff. Well, when they started getting their grocery list down and they realized, oh, wow, yeah, steaks, that's expensive. And, well, I'm not going to be able to get as much. I won't be able to get 2 meals with this. And it was a good learning experience for them to appreciate that. We took those opportunities while we were doing this challenge to talk about even things like fast food, eating out, and we're like, dollar meal, a dollar menu item, if every person gets even just hamburger and fries, that's $2 a person, and you times that by 8 of us, that's $16, and that's before tax, and that's fries and a hamburger, that's no drinks or anything, and so we started taking those opportunities to teach them, and they started learning that and the difference of that. And with pizza or fast food or processed foods and things like that, it was such a great learning experience for them. Not only that, but because they were in charge of certain meals, they were putting all their passion, their energy, their excitement into preparing this meal. And if somebody complained of, oh, I don't like this or that or whatever, it was like they just started taking it personally. They're like, I worked hard on this, and I really wanted to provide this nice meal for the family, and so-and-so's complaining about it. And it gave them more of that compassion and empathy towards each other, that when somebody else's meal, they weren't complaining anymore. They just wouldn't eat the little parts that they didn't like or whatever, and it became a better experience for everybody. So I just wanted to share that. I've shared it with quite a few friends and things, and it is something definitely I would recommend trying. It's summertime's coming. Try this out. Your kids are going to be home. You could do it with breakfasts. You could make everybody in charge of 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it doesn't even have to be on the same day. But we've done this. We've done it one other time since then, and it's just fun. It's a fun little challenge for the kids, and it's some good skills for them. Gets their math skills out. They learn about the taxes on food, and they get their calculator out at the grocery store, and they learn to find the best deals at the stores, and like I said, they're willing to listen, because you have, like, you're telling them, okay, a 12-ounce tub of sour cream is $1.50, but a 32 ounce is $1.99, and so you're explaining this is a better deal, and it's been really great for my kids. So I hope that helps. I hope that's a fun game that some of you enjoy implementing, and if you do, seriously, comment, let me know, because it's been so fun just seeing the effect it's had on my kids. So good luck, and thanks for watching, thanks for following, and have a great day.